Warning: this clip may contain greatly offensive content. Do not watch if you have a heart condition or are under 18. I'm not kidding, you will die. Hello bros and welcome to SV0 BroFive production and the next part of Corruption of Champions. I actually didn't manage to say it right now. Let's start recording right here. So, I won't start the pregnancy yet with Urta. So I'm gonna, well, do some other things. Let's see here. Places. I'm gonna start the main quest. Alright, let's go to... wait. Yeah. You step into the boat and begin to slip and mooring group when you are distracted by a swift of bright colors on the surface of the lake. As you peer over the side to get a better look, there is a mess of greens and green and purple. The sword begins to draw in closer to the boat as a porter to reveal attractive feminine face cast in the deep blue shade. It lightens responsibly. Its gaze takes you in from the depths of open eye. The confusing mass of colors resolves in tresses of 2-inch thick and knobbing tentacles sprouting from the head in place of hair. Wait, is it what the hell was it called? Medusa? Is it a Medusa? The enormous girl smiles at you frankly as she bobs up the surface. More out of politeness than anything. You smile back, not sure of what to make her unused to such an aggressive approach with the delights of the place. A bloom of vibrant colors offset by the blue outline of her body causes you to lean further out as your attention reforms below her waist, where your perceives a smaller ring of tentacle waving at you from behind the head of the hardening penis. Turn to the attention, the animalist grabs onto the saxboard in attempt to pull herself up to you, but her added weight on the side overbalances you and pitches you overboard into a waiting tentacle. Oh, I think it's worse than a Medusa. I think it's actually a siren. Sirens lure seamen overboard on the boats and drown them. I hope really that she isn't that, but my intellect are at 100, so she shouldn't be able to to confuse me too much. The initial surprise substance to woolly headedness and feeling of mild arousal as the stingers of her tentacles find exposed flesh. In the panic of drowning, you pull free from the rupee mass and backpedal away from the girl until your feet returning toward the swallow of the lake boat. Once again, and you are far enough above the water to be able to fight. You fight an unknown. An anemone? What? Alright, they're gonna say it as a stand. Anemone. Anemone. Something weird. Let's just kick her ass. There, defeated. Then on his knees, buckles and collapses, planting her hands behind her splash, and you stand over her victorious. You could always have your way with her. If you do, which part do you use to the deed? I won't. I'm gonna save again. Actually, I forgot one thing. Drink blood. Continue. You have small dragon wings. They are not as big enough to fly, but they look adorable. Oh, I'm adorable. Sorry. Actually, I'm gonna read what have changed about me. Began your journey as a human, but gave up that gave that up as they explored the dangers of this realm. You're 5 foot 11-inch tall dragon morph with normal waistline and central visible muscle. You're currently wearing a black leather armor using a katana's weapon. Your face is narrow reptilian muscle. It looks like a predatory lizard at first glance, but with an unusual area of spikes along the under jaw. It gives you a regal but fierce visage. Opening your mouth reveals several rows of dagger-like sharp teeth. The fearsome visage of this decorate with light skin. It has a gorgeous profile with full lips, and a button nose, and a noticeable eyelashes. The following the flowing locks of blonde hair atop your head is supported with a pair of rounded prostheses with small holes on the sides of your head. Serve as your ears. Bony, thin sprout from behind your mouth contain a thick, fleshy tongue that, if you so desire, can telescope to a distance of about 4 feet. It has a sufficient manual dexterity, and you can use it almost like a third arm. A pair of 6-inch long horns grows from the side of your head, sweeping backwards and adding your imposing visage. You have a humanoid shape with the usual torso, arms, hands, and fingers. Small vestal wings sprout from your shoulders. They might look like bat wings, but the membranes are covered in fine, delicate scales. You have a slender tight, and your full-toned backside fills out your clothing nicely. 2 human-like legs grow down from your slender tights, sheathed in scales ending in clawed feet. There are three long toes in the front and small hide claw on the back. That's pretty much all that's changed from the first time. Right, I need to use the boat again. Ah, there. That's the main quest. You reach the dock without any incidents and board a small rowboat. The water is calm and placed perfect for rowing. You set out, wondering if you find any strange islands or creatures in the lake. Like a hidden emerald jewel, a small island appears in the distance. You wager that you're somewhere near the center of this lake. How coincidental. You row closer, eager to get out of the boat and stretch your legs. The rowboat grounds itself in the moist earth of the island, coming into a dead stop. You climb out, noting that this island is a little more than a raised mound of earth and grass, with a small tree perched atop its apex. You approach the tree and note that the bark is unusually smooth. Every leaf of the tree is particularly vibrant, bright green with life and color. You reach out and touch the bark in a circle around it, noting complete lack of knots and discoloration. As if you finish the circle, you are surprised to see the silhouette of a woman growing from the bark. The transformation stops, exposing the front half of a woman from waist up. You give a start when she opens her eyes, revealing totally white irises that only part of her not textures with bark. You seem surprised by me, champion. I suppose that is inevitable. Your origin is not of the Mareth. Our land, a few save for the demons remember me, says the tree. You take a step back, amazed to find such a creature apparently uncorrupted. Feeling a bit confused, you introduce yourself and ask who she is. I need to scroll down a bit. Me? She asks. I am the life goddess, Marie. I am Mareth. For my roots touch every part of it, or I was before they came. You suggest the demons. She nods and continues. The demons were once a tribe of magically blessed humans living in the mountain. They had everything they could ever want. Peace, love, and the power to change reality. But they grow dissatisfied, as men often do, and create more. They began using the magics to alter their bodies, seeking greater pleasure than ever before. In time, they became obsessed with it. I let them be, believing the fully to the limit of their own village. I was wrong. While I focused on preventing famines and ensuring peace between the other villages, the humans twisted themselves into something else, something demonic. They gave up their souls, crystallizing it into a magical energy source. Of course, they could not be satisfied with consuming the power of their own souls. They wanted more. They always want more. You're not an understanding, paying close attention to the tree goddess that explains you how the realm has fallen so far. They came pouring out of the mountains in a wave, picking off villages left and right. I led many villages in my power, but none had the strength to stand alone, and none would band together, resentful of their racial differences, as they were. All were consumed, enslaved, or filled with corruption. My people were cut off from me, either by their new tainted outlook, or by the demon's own manufactions. I was able to hide a few places from the enemy's sight, but I don't know how long it will last. She sighs heavily, and you note the bark of her nipples stiffening. Her brow craves something approaching. Worry as she continues. They know of me. My powers originally kept them from far from the shores of the lake, but they seek to corrupt me, to make me like them. They use the magic and industry to trap pure rains of clouds around the mountain, starving me, and its place they spill the tainted sexual fluid. For years now, my further reaches have been baited in the vile sea exact come. While my power is great, I cannot resist forever. My reach has dwindled to little more than this lake. Parts of me have already fallen, taking the surrounding life with them. I do not know how much longer I can endure. Even now, the desire to mate with you rises within me. She practically begged, "Please, champion, you must help me. The demons have a factory at the foot of the mountain. It produced much of the fluids they use to taint me. If you could find a way to shut it down, I, all of Mirth, all of Mereth, might stand a chance." You nod, understanding she commands. "Now go. There's nothing to be gained by your presence here. Return if you manage to close the vile place." Alright, so I'm gonna search the mountain then. Oh wait, I don't have it right? No, I don't have it here. Then I need to search the mountain to find the factory. A cute goblin steps out of the bush and holds a pair of green earrings in the light. She politely asks, "Hey, cutie, I got some spare earrings I made the other day. I was wondering if you want them. As you can see, my ears are already full, and my daughters are a bunch of ungrateful cunts." The goblins are covered in dazzling array of piercings of all varieties. She isn't dressed nearly as slaughtered as most goblins you've seen. Do you let her put the earrings in your ears? Nope. Actually, haven't I already done this? I'm pretty sure I already done this, but let's do it anyway. This line informed the pretty girl you have no interest in earrings. I would not accept earrings from a random person in the mountains. She shrugs and laughs, her form disorienting in the girl taller, twisting her skin lightens. Her breasts bulge and a pair of cute horns break out from the skin of her forehead. She pokes the earrings and stretches revealing glittering demon snatch cake with modest cock growing from where her clit should be. The demon introduces herself. Well, if you want to be do this the hard way, that's fine by me. The ones that fight the hardest break down into the most submission slaves. Just remember that this is the beginning of your life as a carafe of ominous slave girl. Self adopt a suggestive pose and tweaks her nipples, clearly more intent on turning you on than physically harming you. Whitefire. She will die. Alright, I hit her 2 times now, and she falls. Sheriff close to a beaten bloody heap. Do you have the way with her, or if so, which of both the part to use? Actually, I actually run into her before, I think. I don't know, but at least I know one way that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna fuck her ass. Completely defeated, the hungry demon lies face down in the dirt. Her tail is hanging limp between her legs. She spits away the bloody saliva and says, "What's the matter? Beat a girl senseless to lose your nerve? I thought you were going to rape me." You reach down and slap her ass, making her jiggle slide a few inches in the dirt, and shotting her up while you tear off your black leather armor surrounded by voluminous ropes. Now naked, you waste no time in grabbing her by her tone tight and lifting her up, rubbing her face in the dirt while you get a nice look in the tight clenched asshole and the wet demon twat. Her vulva flares out massive and orange, unfolding like a flower, practically begging you to plunge it dripping tunnel. No, don't stick it in my pussy. You get me pregnant, or is that what you after? Or you gonna keep coming in my naughty hole until I'm too pregnant to move? Is that your plan, champion? Or you going to keep all the demons too pregnant to resist you? Look at how wet you made my pussy. I'm high-class demon. You can't make me pregnant. No. I'm actually not planning that. Grown Seraph while her tail wraps around you, clearly trying to enthusiast you, but you got a surprise in store for her. You rub your head against the demon use fountain, letting Seraph slathers you with the corrupted lubrication, while you tease her who is ready. In a second, you're soaked from the hips, and before Seraph can con you into filling her full of demonic children, you drop her low and ram your tight hips forward. Her pocket too tight yields before you onslaught and gratefully delighting to accept your CXX head and the first few inches of your prick. Seraph squeezing in the distress, taken completely by surprise, and for once completely lacking with the retort. The demonic grunts like a wounded animal underneath you, her long demonic tongue hanging out for a flop dirt while you rock her off the common toes from close to your crotch, inside your crown, squeezes past the tightness of her anal ring, to the unusual warmth of demon's innermost depths. More and more of your prick slips into the wonderful tight, hot little hole, and penetration growing even easier as the defeated demon relaxes into the role of CXX dump, unworthy of your children. CXX uses splatters over your legs, and Seraph now in thick tail plunges into a sudden voice, bumping into the tire penetration of her asshole. Seraph whimpers and begs, "No, you're raping my ass. Get out of there. Aren't you supposed to be pure? Untainted? You're fucking a demon, not like some kind of pervy animal. Please, fuck my pussy. I don't even mind if you wash it off. Just stick it in my cunt." Like hell, you pull harder, splittering her ass cheeks until it squishes into your body. Her CXX gave asshole barely touching your groin. The demon ass is warm enough to make you feel as you could melt like an icicle. Icicle? Isn't it a popsicle? In an oven, the blissful sensation spurring your play with her supple shape. While you enjoy the complete penetration of Demon's backdoor, you give those cheeks a hard slap and pull back, enjoying the feel of her glorious thigh. Ring as if slides over the PXXX slick length of your shaft. Without waiting, you slam it back home, burying it with a sweltering hot backside. Seraph grunts her tail locked in time with you and clearly bringing her great pleasure. You take the time to reach down and pull it out. She going to CXX to the field of you packing her bowers full of wasted seed. She cries to says, no, fuck you. Please, at least let me see XX from this. You're fucking me so dominantly, so hard. But Letitia, it's making me soaking wet. Please let me see XX. Let me see XX. Let me see let me come, let me come, let me come, let me come, let me come. So this says that without spaces. I couldn't read that with X's. That was not possible. You don't let go of her tail, she's going to pay constantly for trying to turn you into some kind of fetish-bound bitch. You pump her hard and the echoes of her your sweating body slamming together entering over the mountainside, likely attracting all manner of demons and beasts. A voice in the back of your mind warns you to hurry. Lest you get caught unawares by another monster, you speed up your thrust in response. Her starts fighting after a few partly powerful hip slamming hits, a stirring of pre-CXX landing from her half-limb CXX and X. Each frenzy but squeezes out more of the stuff, but before she can see exactly, you feel your own orgasm hit. Ropes of yeast splatters into the demon rectum, and while it turns her tight back door into a drowning wet hole, it actually lowers the temperature to a saner threshold. You pull out, and Seraph slightly gave the only spunk everywhere. Disgusted with her and a little bit by yourself, you drop her like a discarded rat. She moans and begins masturbating half intense from the rough treasure treatment. You ignore her and dress and get to the before the mountain beast shows up. Seraph is going to have a wild night. Yeah. She's gonna be raped by all kind of minotaurs, goblins, imps, and all kind of stuff. That's more than what she deserves. You hike in the mountain while fruitless reveals pleasant visual provides you with the good exercise and relaxment. Relaxment. Tell Andre, no. Why did I press Telandra? Mountain. An imp leaps out of the rocks and attack, hit that dead. So that's how it goes. Explore mountain, demon hound, hit it, it's down. Actually, I'm just gonna go to Tell Andre and sell some stuff. Canine pepper, black gossamer. I'm gonna sell the blonde eye, at least one of them. Mountain. I'm sure I'm gonna find the factory eventually. You pass a shadowy cleanse on the mountainside. You hear a sound of a cow coming from it. Wondering how a cow got up here, but mindful of this land's dangers, you cautiously sneak closer and peek around the corner. What you see is not a cow, but two large human-shaped creatures with pronounced body features, tails, horns, muscles, and hooves instead of feet. They are still biped, however, their genders are obvious due to the stark nudity. One has a massive udder-like breast and wide hips, and the other gigantic horse-like dong and a heavy set of balls, more appropriate to a breeding stud than a person. You stumble upon a cowgirl and a minotaur. A part of you mind register its clothing tossed aside at the hideous scent of impending sex. In there, but your attention is revealed to the action of the pair. The cowgirl turns and places her hands on the low ledge, causing her to bend over an ample ass facing the Minotaur. The Minotaur closes the distance between them in a single step. She bellows, almost moaning, as the Minotaur grabs her cautiously as she with both massive hands, and her tail raises to expose the glistening wet snatch. Her lips only departed with the desire she mows again as her rapidly hardening bull CXX rushes her crotch. You can tear your eyes away. Her position he positions his flaring mushroom-like CX head, erecting another moan as the pushes against her nether lips. With a hearty thrust, the Minotaur plunges into the cowgirl, eager for coal, burrowing himself past two of his oversized CXXX. Three rigid rings, she screams in half pain, half ecstasy, and pushes back, hungry for the full length. After pulling back on slightly, he pushes deeper, diving every inch of his gigantic DXXX in the willing partner, who races in pleasure, impaled excavating. The pair quickly settles into a rhythm, punches within numerous ground. Groans and moans of sexual excess. You're it's almost violent assault, sure to leave both of them bruised and sore. But the cowgirl lolling tongue expression of overwhelming desire tells the otherwise she enjoying every thrust as well as their strokes, gropes and seemingly painful squeezes. She the Minotaur powerfully had delivered a jiggling ass and pounding teeth. He's a little better, his eyes glazing over the loss of the continuous banging vocal, found all by mating its owner. Oh, there was more. you go. They go at it for nearly an hour. Obviously, two you watching them. Obviously, to you watching them. Before the internationally highs of the new organization, results almost explosive. Both of them crying out as they begin twitching and constantly climbing desperately to the cowgirl ass. The Minotaur pumps so much cum into the depths so that it begins pouring out. She occasionally lubricates, releases his grip, and a pair of collapses to the ground. Yet the Minotaur finished his man milk spraying into the air almost like a still erect DXXX is a hose spreading down both of them. As you look, the two uncovered creatures laying there in the exalted sex in the tendon stop as the Minotaur T-Horse CXX now slowly deflating. You realize that you've been touching yourself. You make yourself stop at disgust. Only now you notice other faces peeking over ledges and ridges. You count at least two goblins and one imp who quickly pull back from the sound. They were busy getting themselves off. Apparently isn't an uncommon show, and the locals enjoy it immersively. I wouldn't say goblins and imps are locals, but alright. Pretty much the only locals that are there. Explore mountain, hellhound, mountain. You like the mountain while fruitless reveals your good exercise and relaxation. Alright, I have one more before night. You run in the bend of mountain foothills. You stumble upon a large rusted iron structure, bouncing crouching pink smoke from the tall smoke ash. It's bevel green tiny copper pipes lead from the rear of the building, climbing up the steps of the mountain and disappearing into a hole in its face. It must be some kind of demonic factory, though you no idea what they could pumping out high atop the roof. You spy a huge water tower fed by smaller pipes that run down in building side and off its direction of the lake. There are no windows to the hellish factory, with only a single iron door down the front wall. If you go inside, there'll be many demons to fight, and like a little chance to escape. Death or worse awaits you should you fall into their hand. Do you enter the factory early? I leave, but I think it's in my dungeons now. Yeah, factory is in the dungeon. But before we end this clip, I gonna just feed myself with amber's bottle. Drink blood, continue. Your body is now covered in shield-shaped dragon scales. You have now a dramatic tail flicking at your back, flexible as a whip. You now have fully grown dragon wings, capable of winging you through the air elegantly. So I can fly now. Nice. Actually, I need to see if that's possible. Actually, I'm just gonna see if I have some special abilities. Tail whip or bow. I'm gonna see how much tail whip does. I didn't hit her even. Well, thanks. Oh wait, it hit and reduced the armor to 0. I'm gonna like doing a dragon. Alright, but that's all I have for what? But that was all I have for Corruption Champion this time then. So hit like and subscribe, and I see you next time. BroFive!